Hey, makeup lovers and others, welcome back to Contour and Candor. Hopefully y'all can't hear the air conditioner behind me because it is loud. It is, but it's hot, so you gotta do what you gotta do. It is my last day here babysitting my nieces and my fur nieces. And then I'll be back in my regular spot. I have to say I've really enjoyed this. I like the lighting better. I'm trying horizontal again. Can't promise anything. I've got another mirror here just to make it easier. It's way harder to see in horizontal. Who knew? Anyway, so today, if you didn't see the last video, by the way, it was about contour and highlighting, sculpting the face. And if that's something you've struggled with, I would highly recommend you go back and watch that one. All right, I'm using this little Sephora brand concealer pencil. And I have, excuse me, I have my foundation on, and all right, so we're just gonna do some final. I don't know why I have so much darkness under my eyes, but hopefully y'all can't see that. Oh, I'm an up talker. That's something that is very common. If you grew up in Pittsburgh, you tend to be an up talker. You finish your sentences up. I don't do it that often, but every now and again, I catch myself. All right. So, speaking of Pittsburgh, the Steelers won their first pregame. Really excited about that. We'll see. I feel like we've got some great talent on defense, and we've got some great talent on offense. But I'm not sure we've got what we need in terms of running backs and wide receivers. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. I always think we're going to win the Super Bowl every year. So I think we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. I'm hoping. It'd be really nice. It's been a while. Okay, so today, I was thinking about what to talk about today. And you know, because my sister is on vacation right now, I started thinking about travel. And I love to travel, but I love to travel in every sense. I love to travel locally, I love to travel nationally, and I love to travel internationally. What I don't love, because I'm claustrophobic, is I don't love to fly long distances, but I will make the sacrifice if I get to be, if I get to wake up, or I never sleep on a plane, so if I get to step off the plane and be in another country, it is definitely worth it to me to suffer. But I love to travel. So let me talk about those three things: locally, nationally, and internationally. So whether I'm here in Massachusetts or I am back home on St. Simon's Island, I love to explore the local area. I never get tired of it. And if I could have my dog with me, which I usually do, it's even better. I love being by the ocean. That anyone who follows me personally knows that. I love the ocean. And I feel very blessed that I've gotten to live a good portion of my life, not the majority, but a good portion near the ocean. That has been a tremendous blessing to me. So, yeah, I'll get in the car, and if I'm here and my mom or my dad says to me, "Where are you heading?" and I'll always say the same thing: no idea. I don't know where I'm heading. I just get in the car and I go, and I just explore. So it's almost like asking the car, "Do you want to go north or south today?" I don't know. Because north and south is still on the ocean. And just exploring the little towns around here. They're beautiful. And then sometimes if I've got the time and I'm feeling more adventurous, well, I'm always feeling fairly adventurous, I'll head down to Cape Cod, but not in the summer. It's a zoo down there. But yeah, I'll head to Cape Cod and I'll explore little towns down there. And my parents used to live in Sandwich on Cape Cod, in the town of Sandwich, which is, if you've never been, if you're ever in this area, I highly recommend it. It's so cute. There's not a ton to do there, but it is a beautiful little town. Yeah, so whenever I would visit them, I would go exploring around Sandwich and some neighboring towns. It's a very beautiful place. The town where I lived when I was in high school, Duxbury, is right around the corner from where I am today. It's a gorgeous town. Now again, not a lot to do there, but just the homes are so lovely. The ocean views are spectacular. Excuse me. Yeah. So the point of that is enjoy your life and don't take where you are, the beauty around you, for granted. There's always beauty to be found if you'll have your eyes open and look for it. I've had to tell myself a lot since I've come back up here following my surgeries and, during my recovery. I'm not where I want to be geographically. I want to be home on St. Simon's, but I'm grateful for where I am and all of the beauty that's available to me up here. So that's locally. Now, nationally, I've been very fortunate. When I was younger, much younger, I was I was a professional actor. And I did a national tour of a play. And so we were in this ridiculously long van hauling a ridiculously big trailer all over this country. And there were wonderful parts of that experience, like being on stage, amazing. Getting to perform all over the country, amazing. There were some unbelievable challenges as well, which I won't get into. But I absolutely loved getting to see so many different parts of the country. Growing up in Pittsburgh, I was exposed to Pennsylvania, to Ohio, where my grandparents lived for part of my childhood, to West Virginia, which is, if you don't know, Pittsburgh is like an hour away from West Virginia, and we share a lot of commonalities. And it is definitely one of the most beautiful states in America. I know people have different opinions of West Virginia, and it's usually people who've never been to West Virginia who have negative opinions. Because if you've ever been, it is a stunning state with lovely people and tremendous economic challenges, yes, but it is a state worth visiting, to be sure. And then, of course, we went to South Carolina on vacation with my whole huge, big Irish family. And then we went to Delaware on vacation when South Carolina got too hot for my grandma. And so, yes, there's just so, I felt like I got to, and we even took a trip to New York when my dad was working up there for a project, and we got to go see the Statue of Liberty, and I remember that vividly as a child. That was a big deal. Big deal. Yeah, so, but it wasn't until, college. I went to Virginia for college, and then later I went to grad school in North Carolina, and even during college, I lived one summer at the beach in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So I got to kind of experience that culture for a summer, it was very cool. And just wonderful people, again, there, loved it. But it wasn't really until I was on tour where I got to see the rest of the country. Just incredible. I can remember we stopped in Kansas, and one of my castmates, oh golly, he put on my dress and took a little basket and put a little stuffed animal in it and pretended he was Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz in the cornfields on the side of the road. And then, just funny memories, getting to see the Rocky Mountains, drive through Alabama and Louisiana, Mississippi. It's just a stunning landscape. Wyoming, so many beautiful places. Washington State, Oregon, coming down Pacific Coast Highway in California. Just beautiful. Almost died on Pacific Coast Highway. That was an amazing experience. I'll tell that story briefly. I know briefly. I'll try. So I was the navigator, and one of my castmates was the driver. We were the two who did those roles the most of the cast. We weren't in a bus again. We were in a van, a huge van hauling a huge trailer. And it's a wonder that they let us drive it, given the size of the rig. But anyway, for whatever reason, he was the most confident driving it, and I am a really good navigator, if I say so myself. So the two of us, those were our primary roles in the driving part, not in the theater part. But anyway, so we're driving down Pacific Coast Highway, and if you have never been on that road, oh my heart, it is beautiful, but it is so scary, you cannot believe it. On the one side of this 2-lane road, there are sheer cliffs, like rocks. And on the other side is a drop-off of hundreds and hundreds of feet down to the Pacific Ocean. And if you go out of your lane, you're dead. So it was very scary. And at one point, we're driving, Chris was driving, and I'm in the passenger seat up front, and we start drifting towards the ocean side, the cliff, and like I can't even explain it. It was like we're going to die. There is no question we're about to die. And it was as though something picked up the entire thing and put it down again, right on the road. It was the most miraculous, incredible experience. And we're going back so many years, decades, and I wonder if Chris remembers that, just how it was an incredible experience, and it felt like angels had intervened on our behalf. I am using Epilinks, something like that, by Dr. Leah. It's a dark purple pencil, if you can see it right there. Anyway, so yeah, that was definitely one of those experiences where you just, thank the Lord, and hopefully Chris paid a little more attention moving forward. He did. He was actually a very good driver. But yeah, that was terrifying. But I got to see, I'm so grateful. I got to see the country. I don't know if it was before or after that, but I went to acting school out in Los Angeles, and so I got to live outside of Pasadena and look up those beautiful mountains. The San Gabriels, I think. I could be getting that wrong. It's been a very long time. I left, and a week, not even a week later, was the Northridge earthquake, which was a devastating quake. So I never actually experienced, thank God, an earthquake while I was out there. So yeah, just seeing the country and appreciating it. And I think a lot of us have seen our own country through the eyes of internationals coming for the World Cup recently this summer, and how they just how surprised they were by our country, by the friendliness of our people, even in Boston, which is wonderful, and the beauty of our country. There are these two guys, Josh and Jace. They're British guys, and they come over to the U.S. and they explore America throughout the year, just different trips. I think they're in Michigan right now. And just seeing our country through their eyes has been wonderful. They do agree that the South has the best food, and I can concur. The South has the best food, really. If you have never eaten Southern barbecue, have you really lived? Have you? I don't think so. Yes, shout out to two amazing barbecue places on St. Simon's Island. The one the name went right out of my head, but Southern Soul is the more famous of the two. But the other one, which is right by King and Prince, I can't believe I can't think of the name of that. I don't know what it is. But anyway, they have amazing food. I would highly recommend that. But both of those places are just top tier. And but my favorite barbecue place, in case you're wondering, is actually in West Ashley, South Carolina. It's part of the Metro Charleston area, and it's called Swig and Swine. And they have the best food barbecue I've ever had in my life. It is amazing. There's a great one in Durham, North Carolina as well, but I'm laying it down at the feet of Swing and Swine, the wreath of award, because it is that place amazing, and it's next door to an incredible restaurant called the Glass Onion. They have the most creative food, the best food in the country. Let's settle it now. Charleston, South Carolina, and the surrounding area. I can't even believe it's a question. Yes, New York has great food. Yes, they do. But no, I'm going hard with Charleston, South Carolina. Best food ever. If you like, now I can't speak to the seafood because I am allergic to all seafood, which is ironic because I've lived on the coast for the last, I don't know how many years. One coaster, and well, always on the East Coast, but yes, so that is so I can't speak to the seafood. I hear it's phenomenal if you like seafood and you can eat seafood in Charleston, but Southern food, soul food, which is very close to Southern food, barbecue, just it's all good. It is all good. And if you've never been to Charleston, South Carolina, please go. If you can go. Take your family, take your friend, take your loved one. Just go. It has so much history, and they do such a good. Every place has a history, right? I mean, we've all lived. The people of this region have lived the same amount as the rest of the America, pretty much, actually longer. But no, that's not true, because the Native Americans have been inhabiting this country who knows how long. But the way that South Carolina and Charleston tells its history, brings it alive to you, is, it's just phenomenal. And the beauty of that city, it has to be America's most beautiful city. It just has to be. It's exceptional. And the gates, the wrought iron gates of the city that were crafted, just, I won't even spoil it. The story of that is phenomenal. Whether you're into American history, Southern history, Civil War history, just so much history down there. Revolutionary War history, just so much is happened down there. So I would, I can't speak highly enough, and take the tours. I know some places tours are incredibly boring. And when I say take the tours, take the hop on, hop off tours. Or take the, although in Charleston, it's not a hop on, hop off. It's either a horse tour or a bus tour, or, and it really should be a boat tour. So you definitely want to take a boat tour and a land-based tour. I always feel so horrible for the horses. So definitely, if it's summertime, I could not do that to a horse. I was there in the winter once, and I did take a horse tour, and it is beautiful. It's just incredible. But the bus tour, air conditioned in the summer, that is good. That is needed. But I love it so much. Okay, so that's the U.S. And then let's talk traveling abroad. So I did not travel abroad at all until my senior year. I had just graduated from high school, and our senior class trip was to Montreal, as we say, and Canada. So, international, but it was an international city. French is the first language of Quebec, and that was fun because my French was pretty good. Just getting to go around and explore a city like that, and just that feeling of, I'm in a different country. This is, it was just at 18 years old, it was really fun. And then the next trip I took was to Paris with my brother. And we had the time of our lives. We had so much fun. We spent a week there, and we loved the food. The best food in the world. Yes, Charleston, best in the country, but France, Paris, best in the world. It just is incredible. And then I got to go to Ireland. I forget how old I was the first time I went to Ireland. I went by myself, and I had the best time. Oh, that would have been 99. I had just graduated from grad school, and oh my goodness, I cannot even tell you. I love that place. I think I just covered up. No, I didn't. Okay, I toned down now. I love that place. It's spectacular. The nicest people in the world, and just that feeling of welcome, and falcha is how they say it in Ireland. Welcome. Oh, these under eyes. I'm gonna have to fix them. I don't have what I need to fix them here, but yeah, they're gonna be crepey and yucky. I don't know why. I think I put too many layers on today. So don't put too many layers on if you're doing your makeup. And get better sleep than I got, because that's just sad. All right, let's put some of this on, call it a day soon. But yeah, so then my best friend from grad school and we did, this was my philosophy. This is not a good philosophy of life, but it kind of still is a little bit of my philosophy. I was in so much debt from grad school, even though I had all the scholarships and things, but fellowships, whatever. But I was It's like, I'm in so much debt. What's a little more? Let's go to Europe. And we did. We went to Europe. Went to London and Paris again, and Nice and Monaco, and then we finished off in Rome. And we loved it. Giselle's favorite was, that's my best friend from grad school. Her favorite was Rome. But by then, the end of the trip, now I went early because I went to Ireland first by myself. My favorite is hard to say, but probably Paris and Nice and Monaco. Just beautiful, beautiful. I love France. I know Monaco's not technically France, but French adjacent, literally and figuratively. And I was a little tired by the time we got to Rome. And later in my life, I went, did my own Jane Austen tour of England, and that was an amazing experience. I flew into London, and then I drove on the wrong side of the road. That was fun. And got to explore Hampshire, England, and went to Bath, my favorite city in England. Went up to Manchester and then the Lake Country to see where the quintessential Pride and Prejudice adaptation was filmed, which, if you know, you know. It's the 95. Don't give me 2005. That's just wrong. You're wrong. I'm telling you now. Yeah. Got to see where Colin Firth came out of the lake, which is not in the book, but that was a good addition. And it was so beautiful. The Lake Country, Derbyshire, just incredible. Highly recommend that. And then, this had nothing to do with Jane Austen, but I had the time and I had the funds at the time. So I went up to Edinburgh, Scotland, and explored there and loved Edinburgh. I've been back to Ireland at least 2 other times, and the problem with me is I love exploring new places. I absolutely love to travel, love to see new places, but I also love returning to a place that just felt so comfortable and so wonderful. And when you're a tourist, you just scratch the surface of a place. You can't see the whole place. You can't know it like a local. But that's why I want to go back. I want to go to the Dingle Peninsula, and I want to stay at Castlewood House with Brian and Helen Heaton. Hi, Brian and Helen, which is the best place I've ever stayed. It's a small boutique hotel with the best breakfast in the whole world. Unbelievable. And just the nicest people, beautiful rooms, looking out over the water, just incredible. And the town is so cute, and there's just so much to see and do in Dingle. And then if you take driving in Dingle, I did not drive in Dingle. Did not do it. Those roads are hard. The little town, great, but as you go around the peninsula, oh man. But we got a driver and tour guide, and it took us around, and oh my word, it is breathtaking. The scenery, the ocean, the cliffs, looking out to the islands, just one of the prettiest places on earth right there. But there's so much more in Ireland I want to see. I've been to a lot of Ireland at this point, and there's no place I haven't loved, but there's more to see, and I cannot wait till my next trip. But I've never been to Germany, and my mom's half of her family is German, the other half is Irish. My friend and I have talked about doing one of the Christmas cruises before Christmas, obviously not on Christmas, but going down one of the rivers. I think it's the Danube, that is the one that we were looking at, but just the incredible towns. There's so much there, and I have never been. So yeah, I would love to explore some of Germany. My nephew, Brady, got to go on vacation there recently. A friend of his had lived out there, and they had the chance to go and do some exploring, and he loved it. There's just the thing about Europe is you have so many cultures in such a small area, and so it's easy to get from one culture to a dramatically different culture in a day's drive. So that's pretty amazing. I've never been to Africa. I've never been to Israel. That would be amazing. A friend of mine actually went to Israel. She came home and she quit her job and went to seminary to study Old Testament. So just it was a life transforming experience for her. And so I would love to see that. I've worked with many ministries with strong presence in Israel, but I never had the chance to go myself. And my new obsession is Australian renovation shows, design and renovation. Oh shoot, I put something there. Okay, I love them. I love them so much. It's probably not healthy, the amount of love I have for them, but okay. So when you think about Australia and New Zealand, I've watched many, several New Zealand-based television programs. They're just beautiful. So I would love to go to those two nations. Never been to Asia. Oh, I don't know what I was going to say. Thing about Australia and New Zealand is it's so far. It is so far. And the thought, again, claustrophobic, the thought of being on an airplane that long, I don't know if I could do it. So give me tips, give me thoughts. What's your favorite place that you've ever visited, either domestically or internationally? Where are you dying to go that you haven't gone? Where do you want to go back to? Let me know, because I've got the wanderlust, I've got the travel bug, and I am praying that before my life is over, I will have the chance to live overseas for even a few months. I would love that, and I hope that place is Ireland, but you never know. I hear Malta is very affordable, and Malta is also a beautiful location. If you've never watched the television show Madame Blanc Mysteries, it's supposed to be France, but it's filmed on Malta, and it's beautiful, stark and rugged and just stunning. So who knows, maybe Malta's in my future. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thank you for your patience with me as I ramble. And I really would love to hear from you. If you have not followed me, go ahead and follow me. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. And again, I welcome your thoughts about travel and its import to you in understanding the world and understanding a little bit more of yourself. All right. Go out there, have a great day. Remember, God loves you, and I truly appreciate you. Bye.